Welcome everyone in this new video tutorial about the multiplayer combat editor. In the video we're going to learn how to use the Anim communication interface. So what is this? This is a simple blueprint interface which you can implement in your Anim communication, and there is a video about it contained in the generic tutorial playlist. You need to check it out before you go into that video. So the Anim communication is used to send simple events to your blueprint animation, which I don't know where is it, so I'm going to open up through that glass magnifier, open up our Anim blueprint my character, and in there we set up that simple event which says hey, your current state is any state you pass through that. And how do you communicate with this? Well, it's simple. We're going to create a simple skill that does this. For instance, our BP slice has a lot of setup, so we're not going to erase that one. We're just going to duplicate a slice, which we are going to call, I don't know, guard. For instance, we're going to open up guard and basically get rid of everything there, because it's not going to trigger a main montage. It's going to do something else. So we're going to get rid of the main montage matrix, which is there. And then we're going to type in trigger a start effect. And you might wonder why we are calling this here, since the parent class of our guard skill already does something when you trigger the start effects. That's because we said that we wanted to trigger an anim montage, and in the guard skill we don't want to do that. We want to switch on authority, and everyone is going to do a simple thing, which is animation state. We're going to call set anim state on a skeletal mesh component. What skeletal mesh component? We're going to check for our user skeletal mesh component, and we're going to put that in a defensive state. And we're going to do the same thing when we stop the skill effects. We're going to switch on authority, and then we're going to say that we go back to idle. Once the idle is usually the base state you want to use in your anim sequence, which we are anim blueprints, which we are going to set up real quick after that. And we also need to say that that skill is stopping when we release it, and we are going to call that skill guard, and we are going to change its icon as well with block, for instance. And we are going to give our character the skill, so we are going to learn a new skill in our event graph of our character. Skill manager, learn new skill. We want to learn guard at slot 2, for instance. We're going to hit compile, hit save, hit play, and now we have a third skill, which is guard, but I'm not sure we set up any input to trigger that, so we're going to do that. Copy and paste Furious Blow. We want to use the A key. The Q key in your case, if you are using an English keyboard, but I'm French, so I'm using a French keyboard, and I need A. So I'm going to trigger. We are going to trigger the skill event third skill. Where is this? Where is it? It's there. Like that. We want to stop and start like this, and we also need to set up the cancel of our skills. It's a bit we should need to do that, but we are not going to, so let's just hit play. And when I hit hey, nothing happens because I don't have a third skill action. So I need to create the action third skill, copy and paste the primary skill action like that. Third skill, hit compile. You will need to add them to the list of prevented actions and do a lot of other stuff to properly trigger that. So when I hit A, it's triggering. When I release it, it's stopping. And I cannot move while doing this. But I have no animation. Let's just print what state. Let's go back to our animation blueprint and let's print what state we are in. We are defensive, and now we are idle. Defensive, idle. I can minimize this so you can better see. Defensive, idle. And I'm blocked. I'm actually blocked in a state. And that's because we didn't set up the actions properly. We need to say that we cannot trigger our third skill when we are taking the other actions, the other skill actions. And when we jump, we cannot trigger the third skill as well. When we reload, we cannot take our skills. You might not even have that action. Like that, we're going to hit compile, hit play, and I should not be able to break anything anymore. Yep. Yep. So what do we want to do here? We want to use the current states variable in our anim graph, locomotion state. We want to create a new state which is called gourd. And we want to say you go into gourd if your current state is equal to defensive. I copied this, and then you can go. We create a transition in the other way around, which says if you are not defensive, you are going to go back to idle. So when you are gourding, what animation can we play? Do we have something that looks like this? Hit front. No, we need something that basically loops. We only have attacks and stuff like that, so we don't really have a state there. Maybe we have something that says we are dead. Yeah, we're going to try that out with dead. It's going to play dead once, so we're removing the loop animation when we are gourding. So when you gourd, you are dead, and when you don't gourd anymore, you are not dead. So, but if you have an animation, you can use it to, for instance, say is gourding, and maybe you can add a bunch of things. Add a trigger modifier that says you cannot take damage, or add a lot of stuff there. Reduce the damage you take or anything. So this is how you can use the set anim states function. It's going to wrap up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.